Alright. Thanks for that, host conorhughes. Welcome, friends. I'm Arthur Perkins. This is Apgamingreal. Welcome to episode 2 of the Stars Without Numbers on the Tabletop season 2. I think this is actually the 20th episode. Previously on the show, half the party died. There were several decisions and roles that were less than optimal, one might say. I'm glad to see everyone back. You know, there was a brief period where we thought Cotton might have abandoned us, and it was really bad for me because Cotton's on a lot of other shows, and if I piss her off, I'm doomed. Instead, what I've learned is, one of my other cast members, Pondo the Mad, I always think of him as a diligent young man who always gets his work done. He works hard. I've learned apparently that he is actually a sloth, and that he just falls asleep in the middle of everything. He just falls asleep standing up. He falls asleep lying down. He falls asleep in chairs. He falls asleep cooking dinner. He falls asleep at cars that have been set on fire. So I've asked Cotton to draw. Cotton has drawn me in like 8 different scenarios where I have been transformed into an animal, I guess. So I've asked her to draw Pondo as a sloth. Now look, I don't have anything against sloth life, man. There was like 3 days during the winter of 2018 where I laid out some blankets, and I just made a blanket for it as an adult man and laid down in it and was like, yep, I'm gonna spend the next 3 hours taking a snooze on the floor in these fucking blankets. I got like 5, 6, 7 blankets, got a couple pillows, that's it.
Hell yeah.
We're done.
You're definitely about those blanket forts.
No, look, guys. Thanks for that resub. Was chic.
Yeah.
Botslav.
Hell yeah, man.
I was gonna have a really good Connor Hughes joke ready, but I lost it today. I couldn't find it. I tried to get Charlie to help me with it, but
So disappointed.
I
was
know.
waiting for that.
I'm disappointed in Connor, really. He
Yeah.
should be easier to make fun of.
I mean, I don't provide enough material sometimes. I mean, normally it's
Oh, you do.
it's free reign, but you know, sometimes there's a dry spell.
Listen, Connor.
Sometimes you just fall through the cracks, you know?
Look,
Yeah.
I want to say, by the way, I had one of the funniest moments I've ever had while streaming last Thursday. It went like this. I was asking everybody what they thought that their personal sin was out of the 7 sins, and everyone forgot to ask me because, you know, I'm not really a cast member.
Right.
And I was like, yeah, fucking got away with it. I decided to be nice and answer anyway after they realized it when I was gloating. I said that my personal sin was wrath. All 4 of them immediately, talking over each other, said pride. Even Cotton said it. Even Cotton said it.
What?
She said, I'm so disappointed in you. You're so filled with pride. I have video evidence. It happened.
Well, you could be self-righteous, and that'd be wrath and pride.
But here's the thing. The question was, what do you see your personal sin as? And
Well,
everybody else is
everybody
trying to
else.
shove my pride back on me. Okay?
I thought you said, what was your favorite sin to commit?
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
Wrath.
that's a different question.
So good. So good. Everyone's trying to put me in a box. Look, is pride really a sin? Let me start there, okay?
Everything in moderation.
Pride goeth before the fall.
You know what else goes before the fall, Connor? Gravity.
Autumn.
Okay? Without gravity, there's no fall.
You know, in order to defend himself, he compared himself to Scar.
Scar. Yeah. Scar is
yeah,
an
I do remember
amazing. Look,
Yeah.
let me ask
Which
you a
is
question.
like the worst
What's
comparison ever.
No, what's wrong with Scar? Honestly, what's wrong with Scar?
He killed his
Hashtag.
brother and
Yeah, but his brother
blamed
was
it on his nephew.
okay, but let me throw this out here. There were some very serious problems with the way they ran things. They had an entire species of animals, the hyenas, that had been forced off the reservation and were starving in the middle of nowhere. And they're the most numerous of animals. They're
Yeah,
so
but
strong,
there's
the
that whole,
hyenas
like-
could militarily take over the entire Pride Lands.
There's
Okay?
a whole fascist aspect to the whole hyena march thing that just really doesn't sit well with me.
Okay, But that doesn't have anything to do with Scar, okay? Scar didn't teach them to walk like that. That's a cultural thing.
He was the leader.
What did Simba do? He was a child. And he's like, oh yeah, you killed your dad. You better run off.
He needs to look. Scar is here breaking up the aristocracy. The worthy, those who can see the way that things are going. Why should Simba rule? He doesn't know anything. Simba doesn't know anything. He comes back after 20 years of training with Cheech and Chong, and he still doesn't know anything.
Well, apparently Scar fails because in the end, Simba beats.
Simba murders Scar.
Right.
He beats Scar the same way Scar beats his father.
The hyenas murdered Scar.
Okay, yeah. The hyenas murdered Scar. Simba let it happen. Simba let it happen. And you're only proving my point. Those hyenas are hungry. Was Mufasa providing for those hyenas? Was Rafiki out there bringing them fruits and nuts? No. Those hyenas were starving in the middle of nowhere. They require the entire Serengeti in order... Okay, you know what? I'm moving on. Scar might have done some things wrong, but he did a lot right. Okay? That's all I'm saying. Conorhughes, let's get your intro.
Well, I'm definitely not sitting here going to defend Scar, but I really don't remember the movie well enough beyond that. My name is Conorhughes. I am a streamer here on Twitch. I make comics. I'm currently working on a secret project, but you can see me work on it. To me,
it's not that secret if we can see you working on it, man.
What it is and what it's about, you guys don't know. You guys just don't know.
It's about a dude who shoots himself and then is in Boston.
I mean, you know that could have been a pile of ink. You don't know. There's just pop.
He held a gun to his head, and then they showed his body lying on the ground next to a pile of ink when the cops were showing up. Okay,
yeah.
The cops don't investigate crime scenes of dudes who lay down in piles of ink. They say, "Hey, stop trying to walk here. Get the fuck out of the street."
You know how expensive ink is? If you're gonna waste all that ink, somebody's gonna be liable. You know, it's gonna be a problem. Anyway,
forget about it, Connor. Forget about it.
Yeah, forget about it. Only wrong town. We got a different town.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm just going all Brooklyn. Okay.
Brooklyn. Okay.
All right, New Jersey. I don't want to fucking hear it from you.
Forget about it. It's definitely Jersey. But yeah, that's what I'm up to. I'll be streaming more days this week. Most days this week. Probably every day. Who knows? So it's gonna be streaming bonanza because my wife's home, so I'm free to work. It's awesome.
I got it, Connor. You have helped me figure out what today's intro question is going to be.
Oh God!
You ready for this?
Sure.
Favorite hot dog plus toppings.
I mean, I don't.
It's 4th of July. How do you not have this ready? Okay, you're a disappointment. You're a disappointment as someone who lives moderately near New York City.
Yeah, I mean, we have Rutt's Hut up in upper New Jersey.
What's your favorite, Connor? How do you not have this going? All right.
I don't eat that many hot dogs.
Yeah, but okay.
All right, mustard. You know, right? Nathan's
just mustard. That's it. You just.
I'll do sauerkraut too. I like sauerkraut.
All right.
Although, yeah, probably relish. I'll go with relish. Relish over sauerkraut.
All right, he's working through it.
Yeah. Well, that's always just me, right? I'm always have to work through my responses in real time, painfully. How about everyone else? What's everyone else like?
Well, let's hop over to Bearded and see what you've been doing this week, and then we'll figure out about your hot dog.
What's up, everybody? I'm beardedjalapno on Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch. And all I'm saying is that the hyenas left the lands very scarred and not green at all. And also, my favorite hot dog is a Dodger dog and condiments, however many I can put on. The end.
Wow, that's a dangerous move.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to get in the beard anyway, so if you might as just well go the whole way, you know. How about you, Shep?
Everyone, I'm robSHEPart. You can find me everywhere as robSHEPart. Nice and simple nowadays. I'm back on Twitch, so I Twitch usually middays, sometimes late nights, drawing D&D characters and creatures and stuff like that. For a hot dog, I'm like Bearded. I'll put anything on it. So it can be chili dogs or, you know, any kind of new toppings. Sour cream is oddly enough a topping that I like on my hot dog. So
really,
yeah.
I can see that. Sour cream's
I can fuck with that.
Yeah. So
I
How about you,
replaced sour
Cotton?
cream
Whoops.
with
I don't know.
Greek yogurt.
That's super weird to me.
Sour cream's weird.
I've literally I've seen a lot of different hot dogs. I've literally never heard of sour cream on a hot dog until now.
Yeah. No,
I've
it's
definitely
good.
eaten a hot dog with sour cream on it.
Yep. Try it out. If
But
you
I do
haven't
live
had
in
it.
California, so that shit is normal.
Man, I've been to all 50 American states, okay? I've seen everything. I've
How
had
about you,
Boston
Connor?
baked beans in California and California pizza in Boston, all right?
I've had
that?
Chicago dogs in California.
Well, I mean, Chicago dogs are just delightful. So
Yeah.
Also, my favorite
that's your favorite is a
Best-
Chicago dog?
best way to eat a hot dog.
Okay.
Hands down.
All right.
My favorite thing on a
There are
Chicago
different
dog
ways to eat hot dogs.
salt.
Yeah, there are different ways to eat hot dogs.
Like you could have it as a corn dog. So hot dog.
Do you
has
guys?
I mean, it all goes in your mouth, right?
It's all good. Hey, do you guys have anything like? I think they call it a Louisville Slugger. And it's a 2-pound hot dog.
No, they don't have that.
Yeah.
over here.
So in San Diego, there's a grill that'll serve up a 2-pound hot dog. That's a lot of meat. Let me tell you. I tried it once, never again.
Do you get it for free if you finish it?
Nope. No, and it's like I think it's $10 too.
It's twice
So-
as expensive.
That's
Yeah.
not that bad a price for 2
Yeah.
pounds of meat cooked.
Yeah. Okay, Cotton, over to you.
cotton, doodle and stuff. I already said my favorite hot dog.
Yep, yep.
What's your
corn dog?
position on the Lion King?
So Lion King's one of my favorite movies. When I was a kid, I had it memorized word for word. My friend didn't believe me, so I spent the entire time they re-showed the movie in 3D, saying everybody's lines just to prove my point.
Playing the
What's your
long
favorite
game.
line of the movie?
Nice.
Oh, I
No,
walk on
Cotton,
the wild side. I laugh in the face of danger.
I have to tell you,
Good one.
Cotton, I think it's time for you and I to have a heart-to-heart.
Yeah,
Look.
that's all I got. AP, what's your favorite thing to put on a hot dog?
You know, I actually don't have any single one, but I gotta tell you, if it's not an all-beef hot dog, I really don't give a shit. Bratwurst is alright, but like, if you're making a mixed meat hot dog, you're doing it wrong. Okay? All beef. All beef.
You can't even give a proper response. Like, part of the main thing was the toppings.
Yeah, but here's the thing, Connor. I thought of it while talking to you. Okay, look, if we're talking toppings, ketchup, mustard, celery, salt, onions, but only if they have been grilled or fried. Raw onions are disgusting. They're
Yep.
fucking awful. Raw
It's
onions
terrible.
are for losers. They're loser food.
What
Only a
about red
loser would
onions?
eat raw onions.
Red onions could be good.
No, red onions are awful.
Grill to get the fuck out.
Yeah, caramelized. They have to be overcooked.
Yeah, look. Yeah, right here. These guys know what's up, Connor. Not you. Listen, Connor.
Look, if you guys like sweet, go with the grilled. If you guys like that tang, I don't know. I never
do
actually
not.
had raw onions on.
Jeez.
hot
I mean,
dog,
just
but-
don't have raw onions in general.
Yeah, it's
They have
not really-
incredibly high sulfur content.
Red onions are pretty good though, raw.
We've also advanced in society where we can grill them.
I mean, we could always grill them. Just
Yeah.
didn't.
yeah.
Yep.
Man, caramelized onions are great.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy, I gotta tell you, I really don't want to get this episode started because I forgot how to play this game, and I've lost all confidence because I'm really worried you guys are all gonna die again, and then I'm just gonna look like a huge jackass.
I believe in you, AP.
I don't believe in me, but thank you.
It'll be fine.
It's not gonna be fine.
Maybe. Mostly fine.
What
So
are we?
right, we won't let
Fine.
Connor talk to the people this time.
That's right. You guys don't know. Cotton's new character is specifically designed to be the best person in the entire universe at talking to people, just to stop Connor from ever having a conversation with anyone.
Thank
It doesn't
God.
even matter if it's a different character. She just knows not to let Connor have conversations with people.
For people to realize, for sure. Don't expect me to walk into negotiations with the police.
We won't.
I was under the impression your character was the face. I was unaware we didn't have a
So
face.
did I.
I mean,
So
who
did
would
we
make
all.
face? No one.
Nobody
I don't
was
know
the
why I
face.
thought
That was
that,
the best
but
part.
I definitely thought that.
Have you tried to say your character's name before? Like, that's definitely a face name.
What?
Kaisuke Sky whatever.
You know,
Well,
Kobayashi
Face name, my
Shadow.
dude. Yeah,
Skywalker.
Kaisuke Edgelord.
Just because he's got the style, man, doesn't mean he's the face. You can have style, you have the face.
Have you ever heard of somebody who has style that wasn't the face?
Yeah, sure.
Name
Me.
one.
Caratina.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
He doesn't have
Drax.
style. He literally walks around without a
He has no
shirt for
clothes.
3-4 movies.
Style, man. That's the style.
If you're like at Muscle Beach, maybe.
Well, he's also got all those tattoos.
I thought that was his
tattoos?
skin.
I thought it was his skin.
Yeah, I thought it was the skin.
Damn.
All right, whatever. I mean,
It's just as hard to cut from the inside as it is from the outside.
That's Connor's argument right now.
All right. Let me mark down that we're at the skip intro point for people that like that kind of stuff. Which is a lot of people, actually. So, previously on this show, there were some minor issues. The very first thing we see of the episode is Dr. Leeto sitting in the captain's chair of it looks like the old ship. It looks very much like the new Sky, but the wall panels are a different color. There's a loose LED lighting system that has fallen down and is going back and forth, and there are two guns that are coming from before the camera towards his head, and he's covered in sweat. His face is very red.
Nice start.
That's when we reverse time. It goes black and white, and we cut all the way back to the moment where Kaisuke Sky something. What the hell was your character's name?
Flare.
Skyflare?
Guy Flare. Yeah.
So we see the guy, the guard who killed him, firing over and over again with his las rifle. He runs out of ammo and like is pulling out a different ammo cartridge, and that's when the mom, who was in the hold, pops up from the ladder, and all she sees is dead bodies and blood and gore floating everywhere. But also there's an awful large number of weapons around, and she just starts throwing them towards the guard, and of course it takes a while for them to arrive. So the guard gets hit by like a pistol, and then like a rifle, and then a knife hits him in the gut as he turns to look at her. He's still jamming the ammo into the rifle, and he's just like, oh. And then we cut again. The mom is throwing up in the engineering bay, while the little girl has like floated over to the guard and has pulled the knife out of his gut, and he's just floating, dead, drifting away. Moments later, Dr. Leeto comes bursting out of the room where he'd been resuscitating in, now revived after his medical treatments. We cut again to the 3 living crew members gathering up everybody's weapons, cred sticks, any useful clothing. They all switch into Confederate Guard uniforms that have an awful number of weapon burns, stabbings. One guy was like smashed against a wall a couple times. They drag all of this equipment into the gunship and the dead chassis of Devi's body. Leeto takes Devi's core out and plugs it into the gunship. We cut again. It's just the ship floating through space. There's like a weird Technicolor dream thing going on, and the ship is like bobbing back and forth, like humming to itself as it travels through space. And at the bottom, there's a counter that just shows how many days of travel it takes. And right around 4 days, you can see little smell lines coming off the ship. We cut again to everybody offloading from the Confederate gunship and like going to a used ship port that says, Sal's Repo. We'll take your hot chips and give you a hot deal. And that's where we see Bella Honeywood and Ensu Kush. Is that what his name is?
Hussein Kush.
Hussein Kush. Why don't you guys describe what your characters look like at this dealership? Also, you're still in black and white.
Cotton, you go first.
No, you go first.
All right. Hussein Kush is a tall fellow that looks like he's of Asian descent, and or at least whatever that is in this universe, who is pretty strong looking, and he's wearing a orange sort of like jumpsuit, I guess it is, kind of like overalls type deal, and he's carrying around the tools of the trade as far as like what a gas station attendant in this kind of universe might look like. And yeah, he's kind of like this tall, hulking kind of guy. And I'm going to draw him, so I guess you'll find out what he looks like from there.
Ms. Honeywood?
Well, it's Honeywell.
Honeywell.
Sorry.
I still get Selena Lockwood wrong, so.
That's true. You kind of smushed them together this time.
Tell us more about yourself.
Bella is very short or slightly below average, around 5'4", with a slender build. She's got long blonde hair that's like half braided with like intricate rings tied in it, and amber eyes. She's very petite and small and very ballerina-esque build.
So we see them negotiating with Dr. Leeto, and then we see Leeto and his new charges, the mother and of course this young girl, getting on a new ship which has significant outer armor damage. It needs a paint job. One of the engines is not lighting, but the side of it says the Beluga. And that's when we cut back to the present temporarily as we see Kush and Bella coming out of smugglers' holds on the bridge with guns pointed at the doctor's head. And then we cut to the intro sequence, but instead of Kaisuke dancing, it's just the microphone moving where Kaisuke would have had it, but there's no one there. And then it cuts to the next panel. Instead of Devi dancing, it's literally just a spaceship floating through space. It's Dr. Leeto, but instead of dancing, he's sitting on a chair, like looking down at the ground. It's clearly hasn't shaved in like 4 days. It looks like he's in desperate need of a shower and a rest. And then in the fourth panel, it's just Mallow is the only thing in the fourth panel. But then we get the new second intro, which is Bella and Kush standing in a group of peasants on a cobblestone street, and young men and women begin pulling out balalaikas and contrabasso and other Central Asian and Western Asian stringed instruments, and they begin slowly playing as someone taps their foot to a beat. And the two of them like take hands together and start doing a slow walking dance around each other. And at just one point, one guy goes on a balalaika solo, and that's when we realize the two of them are doing the dip, but Bella is the one dipping Kush. And then the song picks back up again. It starts up-tempoing, and we realize that it's an acoustic version of the Tetris song. And then on the screen, it begins flashing crime time, crime time, crime time. As everybody is like clapping and stomping their feet now, we cut back. The music is still going, but it's Bella and Kush pointing guns to Leto's head again. And that's where I'm going to let you guys decide what happens next. I've been talking for like 8 minutes, so, you know.
And it was great.
That's questionable.
What?
I thought it was good.
Yeah, I like that. Bella, what do you say?
We're commandeering your ship.
You're commandeering our ship. We just got this ship.
And now it's our ship. So you have no personal attachment to it yet, so it's not as bad.
Well, who are you guys?
The new captains of the ship.
Was I inserted into the ship?
Yes, you are part of the ship.
What can I do as the ship?
Yeah. Let's take her for a spin.
That was
I go,
I'll
Yeah,
spin
like
the ship
what-
I'll spin the ship really hard around so that they fall over. Because you're sitting down, right?
So
I'm in the captain's chair.
are you turning down the gravity compensation?
Sure.
Okay. Yeah, Kush, Bella, Dr. Leeto doesn't do anything. But all of a sudden the ship begins doing space donuts, and the two of you are thrown at 1G's worth of force towards the back wall. So I'm gonna need you guys to make a check. I'm sure there's some sort. Oh yeah, make a physical effect save to see if you can, hold your position now that gravity is a wall instead of the floor.
Physical effects aid?
Yeah. There's like a nice little physical effects save at the top of your sheet that says saving throws.
Oh, I see it. I got a 3.
Well, I have to tell you, that is a failure.
I assumed.
It's a pretty bad failure.
It's fair.
It's gonna be hard doing crime time. No, you got a 2 as well.
I'm gonna feel really bad if I end up killing a party.
If you kill them.
What if you kill Mallow? He's still floating in there somewhere.
Yeah,
Nice.
now it's got to make a
He's
check.
fluffy.
So the two of you lose your footing and go sailing onto the view screen, which cracks as both of you hit it at the same time. So in both places, it's not like it's either of your fault. It's both of your faults. So now it's like an LCD view screen that's got like 100 cracks running through it. It looks like garbage. Half of the panels are like grayed out all of a sudden. The ship is a piece of shit. It just got so much worse. What are you doing next, Debbie? I mean, you've got them. They're, they've dropped their weapons, but it's just against the wall. Everything that was loose in the room is also against the wall, so there's like some spare change, there's some spiders. Your internal sensors read that Mallow is bouncing around somewhere.
I don't know what else I can do, so I'll just leave it up to whoever's in the room to see what happens.
Are you gonna stop spinning?
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
All right, when you stop, both of them slide down, boop, until they hit the floor, and all the things go poof.
So are they disorientated?
Yeah.
Disoriented? Okay, so I'll walk over and grab their weapons.
You can grab one weapon, and they have
Okay.
multiple weapons on them.
All right.
So you can either grab Kush's las pistol, or you can grab Honeywell's laser rifle.
I'll grab Honeywell's laser rifle.
All right. What do you guys do when you find yourselves able to act again?
Gonna grab my pistol, draw it. And,
All right. You
aim.
draw it. Now
Yeah.
you and Dr. Leeto are pointing laser weapons at each other at
Right.
0 range.
You better explain yourself.
Do I have my back to the wall?
I don't think so, right? Your back is to the far end of the cockpit.
Okay.
Their backs are to the wall. Literally
Okay.
and figuratively.
What did you do?
What did we do?
What did you do?
Well, sorry, I'm blanking out. I go, my friend and I are making sure that you're not going to just sit
What
there
friend?
and take the ship. What friend? That's
The
for you to
only
find
person I
out.
see on this ship is you.
Look, you need to drop your weapons. If you want to talk to us, we can talk. But for right now, you're going to drop your weapons or this ship will go for another spin.
You need to drop your weapons, or, I mean, I don't.
All right, Debbie?
How about we don't spin the ship again?
This ship starts spinning again. I'm assuming, Debbie, you want to spin the ship again when asked?
Yes.
It's spinning again. Bella is halfway through saying that when her head snaps back. But here's the best part, is Dr. Leeto is no longer seated.
Yep.
So now
Yeah.
he is slammed against the wall as well. And all three of you are like looking at each other with your faces being pressed up against the wall, getting real smushy. And you're all super close too. Like you can feel each other's breath.
Guy doesn't seem too smart, Bella. I don't know why he would spin the ship when he's not strapped in anymore.
Whatever, guys. Okay.
Look, we really need your ship.
Why do you need our ship?
I want to
Maybe-
remind you, this whole conversation, while you're saying it normally like this, you're
Yes.
actually like, why do you need our ship?
RNG.
That's what's actually happening.
Could you please stop the spinning?
I stopped the spinning.
All of you immediately slump down to the ground. The weapons go everywhere.
All right. So can I grab a weapon and go back in the captain's chair?
Yeah, you just want to pick a
Okay.
weapon up and just casually walk back to the chair?
Yep.
All right,
Casually
Kush,
back to-
Bella, he turns his back on you and just starts sauntering towards the captain's chair.
And I'm gonna pick up a weapon and try and grab him, I guess.
Okay?
I'm gonna go over the intercom and just be like, please refrain from any physical action.
Where
still-
is your friend that's on the ship?
Do you still go for the grab, Kush?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not gonna pay attention to some robot. Yeah.
Okay. I need you to make an exert check real quick.
Can I get like one of the panels of the ship to just like hit him in the face?
Doing.
No,
Like
the
a
ship
big
is not
rocker.
made by Acme.
Damn it! That'd be hilarious.
It's not a D20 system, Connor. It's 2d6 plus your exert, which is a -1, plus your strength bonus, which is a +1. So it's just 2d6.
Some of the rolls last week were D20s. I just
Yeah,
figured-
those are to hit rolls.
Yeah. Okay.
A 4. You go to grab Dr. Leeto, and you're just pawing at him. You're just so tired of being slammed up against the wall. You've been hiding in a smuggler's compartment for like 20 minutes. It's super hot in there.
Yeah.
You're just sweating. You're disoriented. The doctor
You're
cuts
basically
past
a
you and
guy
sits
in the
down in the
fifth
chair.
element.
All
Bella?
right. So I'm gonna strap down in the chair. Devi, let's take us for another spin.
Let's not do that, please.
You immediately get slammed against the wall.
Please
In the
refrain
background,
from
you
any
just hear a noise
physical
going,
action.
Pyod.
So
Is that a cabin
I'm
out
gonna-
here? What
I'm
are you
going
guys
to talk
doing?
to Connor's character. Are you ready to have a conversation?
You guys don't mind having that cabin just floating around while you guys spin the ship? Who's spinning the ship?
Again, I want to remind you, this whole conversation, Kush's face is being pushed up against the wall.
Yep. I wish we could film this one. So are you ready to have a conversation without guns?
Bella?
He took my gun.
I'm talking to you.
I don't have a gun either. Because my gun got lost.
So the question remains, are you ready to have a conversation without the use of guns?
I mean, we clearly don't have our guns. We've been ready for a while.
One of you has been ready. The other one tried to grab me.
Tried to grab you after you grabbed your gun.
Yeah, you guys had your guns pointed at my face. What do you expect me to do?
Well, I kind of thought that you would just give up because you seemed a little bit weak-willed when we saw you first. No offense.
That's okay. I would say last week I was weak-willed. This year I'll shoot first. So I need satisfactory answers or I'm going to shoot you. No, I'm not going to say that. I'm going to say, you know what? I'll listen to your conversation if you can relax. Because maybe there's an arrangement we can come to and benefit everyone.
I'm not telling you
Thanks.
anything while the ship's spinning.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
A yes or no. A yes or no will do.
Stop the ship.
Stop the ship? Okay.
As the ship stops, a little cat, rabbit, dog creature begins trotting in. Its eyes have that little
Squiggly line.
confusion line. It's
Little
it's walking like
cat.
3 steps forward, then 2 steps back into the right, and then like 1 step left. You can hear that there's a little girl somewhere that's just like, "What's going on?" screaming from the back of the ship.
You were doing that with a child in a poor defenseless cabin in here? What's wrong with you?
You were the one trying to take over the ship with weapons.
Well, it's really just a show of weapons. I thought he would just, give up really easy.
It has been a week.
So, what do you guys really want? Clearly, you need a ship. Why do you need a ship?
We're escaping our planet. We need the ship.
What did you guys do?
Tried
Nothing.
to steal a ship.
But you gave us the
You know?
ship.
Yeah, we
Snuck
just-
on
we-
your ship after I sold
Aren't
it to you in the little cargo hold over there, the smuggler's den. But it didn't work out
Okay.
that great.
It's a
I didn't know
clear-
it was a talking ship.
I think we chose the wrong ship, Bella.
Yeah, me too.
Well, you can leave
Or
at
maybe
any
you
time.
chose the right one.
So Bella, the
Well,
cabot works its way over towards you. It pukes a little bit on the floor and then like
Aw.
tries to paw at your space boots.
I want to pick it up.
All right, it goes peon.
Look at this poor little cat, but you made him sick. You're irresponsible owners.
It pukes on your boots again. We're not talking a lot. It's literally like a thumbful of puke, but
Fine.
it probably smells really bad.
Yeah, what have you been feeding it?
Yeah, I don't know. We don't take care of that. Our last partner in took care of that, and she's no longer with us. So you can have the animal if you want it.
Thanks.
All right. So you guys need a ship to get off planet. No problem. We're going to be getting off planet too. So if we can come to an arrangement of not killing each other.
Well,
maybe
I wasn't going to kill you. You could have been a part of our crew. I was just going to take your ship.
Right.
part of your crew. Well, it's our ship. And right now, to be honest, Devi's in charge of this ship. So
I don't know who Debbie is.
I mean, I checked the manifest on this ship, and I don't actually think this is your ship too. This doesn't look anything like a Confederate ship.
just to be clear,
True.
they sold you the Confederate gunship.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. We're on the
By the
shuttle?
way, Dr. Leeto, you have 10,000 extra credits from the gunship sale and selling the like uniforms and their stolen cred sticks and all that stuff. So mark down that you have plus 10,000.
okay.
So we so what ship is this?
This
This
is
is
the Beluga. It is a same style of shuttle that the New Sky was, but it's about 40 years older and it has not been maintained in that time.
Okay.
As mentioned, there were spiders. Spiders are probably dead now. And there's no longer a forward view
Here's
screen.
what's known as
What? Sorry, Bearded. What did you say?
that it's what's known as a heap.
Yeah,
Yes.
but it's your heap now.
Yep.
Okay.
And
All right.
I am its
Scratch my response there. Look, all right. Let's just get off ship and we can decide what's going on after that. What?
Well, let me tell you what we're doing.
Yeah.
Because if anything's going to happen, you guys are going to join our crew, not the other way around. So we have two things that we're trying to take care of. Is learn more about the Scream and the origins of the Scream, but we're also trying to help others that can't help themselves, namely psychics who are persecuted, and we try to help them get to areas where they're not under persecution.
How far are we from? Well, I guess right now, Leeto.
I'd say about 8 feet.
Okay. All right. What do you say, Bella? I mean, I don't know about this mission.
We're also trying to help people who can't help themselves. You know, like that whole planet full of slaves.
And how do you plan on helping a planet full of slaves?
Right now, I plan on getting away from the planet full of slaves.
Yeah, let's get off this rock. I'm ready to go.
Before they figure out that we're gone, we should hurry.
Yeah.
Sounds good to me, and I'll start taking off.
Okay. As you begin heading towards the system rim,
I suggest you guys sit down.
It's going to take you 8 hours to get there at good speed. You could try to push it if you'd like and get yourself there in 6 hours.
I don't want this heap to break apart, so I'll take the 8 hours.
Just normal speed. As you're traveling away, you
Yeah.
start getting bulletin notices. Just the general spam mail offers for better deals, upgrades for your ship, and then warrants for the arrest of Kush and Bella come across your desk, including their portfolios and resumes.
What's in it?
Hussein Kush is apparently a former Gilded Fleet space pirate who was demoted for failure down to like a space janitorial position and has worked his way up to a space janitor for space station. Bella is a former ballerina turned diplomat turned cabbage farmer turned slave turned used car salesman.
Right.
It seems like she switches job every 2 years.
That's a lot of change. Yeah.
I'll put it up on the screen for everybody to see.
Oh, hey.
Kush, your
Good one.
your picture is not flattering. It's you when you were slave taken, so you've got like a black eye, there's a scar somewhere, half your head has been shaved. They have you holding up a placard that says loser.
It was a good day. I mean,
This may be a problem.
some hard lessons, but it was all right. Problem? How so? You guys were already on the run, as far as I could tell.
That's the
Yeah.
point.
He has a point.
Yep. All right. I'm going to give.
I mean, I haven't even seen your other compatriot here, Leeto. So I don't know who you're running with.
He's not a smart one, is he?
I was just thinking that, Debbie.
I feel like it's the talking ship.
Talking ship. You mean this place is run by an AI? We definitely chose the wrong ship, Bella.
Yeah, but this AI can pilot the ship without need of a physical form. So it's pretty kick-ass if you ask me.
Indeed. Kick ass.
I mean, there's got to be a reason why they're outlawed everywhere. But at the same time, I'm the live and let live kind of guy. You can do this.
You are
Don't
more
really
than
have
welcome
another
to
option at this
exit the
point, so
ship.
let's just go with it.
I didn't hear Cotton.
Yeah, I didn't hear it. What you guys were
Oh,
saying.
I'm not afraid to just go first.
Says you don't have another option.
Okay. Now I know what Cotton. What's your character's name again? Sorry.
Bella Honeywell.
Bella. Okay, so I'll give Bella back her gun, and I go. You know what? Right now we're all on the same ship, regardless. So let's try to make the best of this. Are you guys in agreement with that?
Sure.
Okay. So we need to figure out what, Debbie?
Aye.
Aye. So we need to figure out how we're going to get our next mission. Now, do we have, AP, do we have like a way to get on communications to our benefactors?
So you still need to finish your current mission, which is to take the little psychic girl.
Yeah.
And
We still,
you need to deliver her
we still
to
have passengers on board.
0703.
Okay, so, and is that that's the 8-hour trip that we're on right now?
No, you are on the trip to the system rim so that you can make a jump to wherever you'd like to go.
Okay.
So your starship, the Beluga, is capable of making a 2 jump. But I'll point out that
Damn, we're super far.
0703 is 3 jumps away. So you basically, if you want to complete the mission you were given, you're going to need to do a double jump by going to 0504, aka the WASF system.
Okay. Do I know anything, or can I pull anything up about the WASF system?
Yeah, so the WASF system is a giant super space station in the shape of a planet. It's essentially a small moon, somewhat larger than the Death Star, somewhat smaller than the super duper Death Star from the latest movie. It's an entirely artificial metal catacomb created by an insane AI. But the last set of spike ships that were escaping the Scream managed to settle on it. It still works. It has TL5 technology that occasionally functions and has a lot of TL4 technology that still functions. People have got a 1900s level civilization working on it. A lot of the planet's primary use is ripping the planet apart for a metal called natrium and then selling it to the Gilded Fleet so that they can make spike drives with it. Natrium is absolutely critical to the development of spike drive technology. So this place is like
I
the
definitely
Gilded
want to go
Fleets.
there because I can get a new body at least repaired.
So, technically, Kush can repair your body.
Yep.
So you have the chassis. It is in a state that's called badly damaged. He can get started on it. Let me check and see the mechanics on this. It's going to require some scrap, which I think you have.
Yep.
And then you also have whatever scrap was
Considering the
on
ship.
Cotton's old character. I can't remember her name. She died so quickly and didn't have time to do very
Daisy.
much.
Mhm.
Daisy. You also have all the scrap that was on Daisy's character.
But
Okay.
I'm not like we have to role play through this. You can't just
Yeah. I'm getting the mechanics for you real quick.
yeah.
Yeah.
Transhuman campaigns. There we go. Artificial shells. Badly. I bet that will be a keyword. AI repairs. Armature hits 0 hit points. You indicated to me before the show started. It doesn't self-destruct. 24 hours of repair work, fix 0 skill level, and 1 unit of spare parts will bring it back to 0 hit points. You can continue to repair it with more spare parts. 1 unit of spare parts, fix 0, and 15 minutes will repair 1 hit point. Alright. I'll write that down in chat. Go ahead. Do your roleplay now.
So I'm just sitting there. I'm
Perhaps you could be of some assistance while on the ship.
exam panel. I'm checking sensors and stuff. Is that what you say?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm just looking over your system panel here. Everything's looking pretty good. What's the ETA on arrival?
8 hours.
8 hours. Okay. All right. Well, we can all get nice.
We
and
do
snug.
have another. We do have another mechanical issue on the ship. If you would be so kind.
Is that? And what's that?
Leeto, could you show our friends to
My dead
the robot
body.
But to your body.
to the chassis?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, I'll take him over to that's Kush, right? I'll take Kush over to the chassis and show him this is what we've got so far.
All right, Kush, you immediately identify this thing. It's highly illegal. It's a box AI unit. It'd normally be very illegal in Confederate space. It's kind of frowned upon in Gilded Fleet space. I mean, AIs are allowed, but this thing is like shitty.
Yeah.
It's literally the worst chassis possible.
Oh, really?
It's also very clearly been shot up by a las rifle.
What happened? What happened here?
Seems very obvious it was shot by a las rifle.
Some damage.
It was been shot up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who shot you guys up?
Some damage occurred in the last battle.
Who are you fighting?
I escaped with my life, but my body did not.
Yes.
The last folks that tried to take our ship shot up his body or her body.
Are you guys wanted by the Confederacy? I mean, I know the Confederacy definitely does not like this kind of thing. I mean, I've seen this around in Gilded
might be.
It is a strong possibility.
It might be that we're wanted by some folks. Yes.
Well,
Am I able to access a database to look up if we are wanted or not?
So the thing is, you can only access a database within the system that you're in right now, and the Confederacy does not keep databases in Gilded Fleet systems.
Got it. We are most definitely wanted.
yeah. Well, now you're sounding like my kind of crew. All right, so what? What, you want me to put this thing back together? This
If you have the capability, that'd be fantastic.
This is a Tech 5
If you are able.
AP?
Yeah, you can do it. I put the rules down.
It's a Tech 5 chassis, like, and this is
Yeah, but you got the spare parts to do it.
no, I
Kinda.
understand. But what I'm trying to say is, how much more sophisticated is this technology than I've ever seen before? You said it was in bad
Very advanced compared to what you've seen before.
right?
But
yeah.
in the same way that you looking at a cell phone now compared to you looking at a cell phone in 1980, you'd still be able to figure out if you had some wiring skill where everything goes.
Okay. Never seen anything like this, but I mean, basic parts. I think I can put this back together. I mean, it's just a matter of working around these laser rifle holes. But okay.
That would be most appreciated.
So
Gonna slowly put a laser rifle away. It's fine.
So you're not going to be able to finish working on it until after the ship is already in warp, because it takes 24 hours of work.
right. So if we got 8 hours, I think I'm going to need way longer than that. I'm not sure exactly how long. So let me get started, but I don't think I'll be able to finish before we arrive.
That sounds excellent. That'd be fantastic.
Most appreciated.
Welcome to the crew.
Well, I mean, hopefully this is worth it. I'm not sure exactly what this robot's going to be capable of when I put it back together, but
Murder.
This
Oh,
robot
sorry, I
became-
said that out loud, didn't I?
Yeah.
Yeah. Connor,
All
this
right,
looks
then.
dope, man. You too.
So I think Leeto will go check on our passengers and make sure that the girl and the mom
They
are
have
doing okay.
no idea what's happening. There's 2 more people on the ship that appeared out of nowhere.
Yeah.
The
I'll
ship.
fill them in.
Yeah, I mean, look, they both have contusions. They've got numerous bruisings along their arms and legs. It's clear that they were slammed up against a wall several times. Can't really figure out when that might have. Oh, it might have been when the ship was spinning in circles.
Might have been.
randomly.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'll apologize to them both and say, we were, accosted by 2 new individuals, but now I think we're, we have an understanding. They're going to join the crew for now. And I'll do my healing on both of them if they need it. I mean,
Okay.
if it's severe
This
enough-
woman looks haunted, by the way. She's just like, is this normal in your experience? Just, AIs
It's-
piloting starships, criminals popping out of walls and joining the crew,
I will
spinning in
admit,
space
it's
with no
kind of-
gravity.
There's a lot of this that's new to everyone, and we're just trying to adapt and make the most of it.
Okay. You can tell that some part of her soul is just leaving her body at this point.
How's the kid doing?
Marguerite is fine. She's very strong.
All right, I'm going to go to Margarita, and I go, Margarita, I need you to be very strong. Your mother looks like she's not adapting very well. Do you think you could, show her how strong you are and go help her?
So Marguerite says, are we going to have to kill anyone else?
I really hope not. We're going to try to avoid everyone that we can at this point.
Are the people that join the ship bad people?
I don't know yet, to be honest. So I will be keeping an eye on them. Devi will keep an eye on them, but I think all they really want to do was get off planet. So we'll have to see how they are, now that we're off the planet.
If they are bad people, are you going to kill them?
I hope not. I'm going to protect you, that's for sure. I'm going to try to get you safe and get your mom safe, that's for sure.
She
So I'll do
glances
what I
at
have
you.
to do.
She gives
What's
you
that?
a look for a moment, and then goes back to searching the ship. So she's just walking around and going, Mallow, Mallow. Just
All right.
opening random doors. Occasionally spiders come out of those doors.
All right, what's next, team?
When
Anyone?
you're about 30 minutes away from the system rim, you get a squawk message from a Gilded Fleet patrol ship. It's a free merchant ship that's privateering for them. So this is kind of like the Serenity from Firefly. You know, it's a much bigger cargo hauler. It's the most common ship in the universe right now. There are probably hundreds of them compared to, you know, like maybe 20 or 30 frigates. And there are a lot of fighters, but they're all of different classes. And there's only like 4 bulk freighters and 1 carrier that's known. So this is a really common ship type. But this one, instead of hauling cargo, the whole cargo bay has been flipped out for a torpedo launcher and some other weaponry. And the captain, Captain Bertard, is hailing you.
We have a hail.
All right. So I'll sit in the captain's chair. Where's the rest of the crew right now?
That's a great question. Where is the rest of the crew?
And I'm working on the robot.
So you're in the engineering bay?
Yeah.
Wait, and
Do I hear the hail over the intercom?
That depends on whether they tell you or not.
That's okay. I was going to say over the intercom, let's tell them. Now, this patrol is, I'm trying to get it all right. It's not Confederate. It's Gilded Fleet.
Yes, it's Gilded Fleet.
Gilded Fleet. So I'll announce over the intercom that we have a Gilded Fleet ship approaching us and hailing us. So based on our last experience, if we have a chance to run, we may have to run. So you guys, I'll try to let you know if I can.
So they're not behind you;
Hi,
they're in
Patch.
front of you. They're at the system rim, heading towards you. So there's no running from them. They will catch you.
Yeah. All right. Let's open
Patch it
the.
through.
Yeah. There you go. Patch it through. Let's see it.
On screen.
So where's Bella during this?
she was in the captain's thing, but I think she's, nowhere. That
Do you immediately just dash over to the smuggling bay and close the door?
As soon as they say the Gilded Fleet's coming, yeah, she takes off and hides.
So rather than run out the cockpit and go to one of the passenger rooms, she literally just, Mr. President, leaps into one of the smuggling things and closes the door behind her.
She takes Mallow with her.
From inside, you just hear a pew, and then the view screen turns on, but you can only see on about a quarter of the panels, and there's cracks running through everything. This
Couple
is
of the other
Captain
ships.
Britard. I am running a security patrol for the Gilded Fleet. I wish to know the identity of the captain of this ship and whether you have seen either of these 2 criminals. And you get a data packet with their warrants over it, but you still can't see this guy. You just see like parts of his head, the background around him, because the whole center 2/3 of the screen is just spider-webbed, cracks, damaged panels, light leaking everywhere.
Yep. Captain, my name is Rogr Leeto. We have not seen the what are the escapees, or what he call them? We haven't seen those that you're looking for. We're just on our way heading towards wherever we're heading towards. I don't remember names.
You are the captain of the ship.
I would say I'm more like an acting captain. So yeah, someone's got to be captain. So
And
yes.
you don't know where you're headed towards.
Oh, come on. What's the name of the place? I'm not taking notes. Work with me, AP.
Okay. You are headed towards
0504.
yeah, you're headed toward the WASF system.
Okay. Thank you.
I know. I can pull it up on his screen. It says 0504.
Yep.
I mean, you literally had that perfect knowledge thing that you have to put points into D&D for, right? Because like your computer.
Oh, keen mind? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no.
You could
So
always just
AI don't have they have human level intelligence until
okay.
they start getting unbroken.
That explains a lot.
Yes.
All right. So I communicate to the captain. That's the system that we're heading to.
Have you have not seen either of these 2 individuals?
No, we've came just from this past planet. I have just some passengers that we're transporting from ship to ship. There's a young girl and her mom. That's all we're doing right now.
I see. So a shuttle that size and you're only transporting 2 people?
I used to have more crew, but they've abandoned ship. So I'll be building up my crew when I get a chance.
I'd like you to turn off your computer system's ECM so that we can take a hard scan at your ship and make sure that everything checks out.
All right. Now, does a hard scan let them scan for life signs?
Oh yeah, that's exactly why they're going to do this. It'll also let them scan for any cargo that you have. I mean, these guys could, if you had really good cargo, they could just straight up rob you.
Okay. I don't know.
Does
This is
turning that off affect me in any way?
No.
Okay, I'll turn it off.
Okay. All right. This will just take a minute. You have 1 minute to think of a plan. I've started a timer.
Debbie, do you think you can outrun them?
Your ship is
I
as
don't
fast
think that's
as
a good
theirs.
idea.
Well, we're in the same situation we were in last week.
Do you think you can hack it so it looks like the ECM is different than it
Are you
actually is?
saying that from inside the thing while the bridge communication is open?
No,
I
we'll turn
can't.
off communications for the 1 minute that we can do
Okay,
it.
all right.
Yeah.
I can hear her.
Yes.
So what was that, Cotton?
I said, do you think you can hack the ECM so it looks like it's different than it actually is?
Debbie, what do you think?
That would be very
I
precise,
can
but it's
certainly
possible.
try.
So I'll call Kush on the intercom.
I do
Hey,
that.
we need to know if Debbie or Kush is most qualified to hack this system, hack our own ship. AP, which one? Who
Guess
do we
it's
think is
as
more
good as mine.
qualified?
I don't know. Who do you think is more qualified? Do you trust the robot or the guy who's currently got an elbow 3 inches deep in the robot?
Fine. Okay, Debbie. I'm sure Debbie's best.
Gosh, I would love if that was not true, though. Let me check.
Is there anywhere on the ship that the ECM doesn't like scan, like the smuggler's hold? Can they see that?
We allow us. I mean, the other ship didn't have a smuggler's hold. It was the same design, but no.
Yeah, so the smuggler's hold won't be scannable. I mean, that's the whole point of it being a smuggler's hold.
Of course, get in here.
I thought there. Okay, there is one in the ship.
Yeah, there's
I'm
two
in
smuggler's
it.
hold on the ship.
Get in
Okay.
smuggler's hold.
Yeah, the ones you were hiding in before.
I'm gonna bring. Can I bring Debbie robot part?
I mean, Devi weighs like 400 pounds.
Okay, no, I'm gonna leave it there.
Oof.
And
Are you really strong?
I mean, you
I
could
can-
ask them to crank the gravity down real quick and just float to the bridge. I mean,
Our
you still
last
have that
telekinetic
problem of
is-
stopping and turning at any point. You still have to do 400 pounds worth of momentum.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna leave it.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna need you to make an exert check to see if you can drop everything you're doing and haul ass to the bridge, and
Right.
then leap in before the scan finishes.
-1. Is that
I
plus
love how
strength?
last second this plan is too.
Can I lower the gravity just slightly so that he can run faster?
Absolutely.
That-
Take a plus
is that a
one
thing?
towards this check.
Yes.
Okay,
Nice.
is this what
2d6
is-
plus 1 is your total. Because you have a -1 exert and a +1 strength.
Please roll high.
Well, you got a 12. So, so they're like, Gosh, get in the smuggler's hole. Debbie lowers the gravity and you like you shoot into the room. You basically land with both boots beside the captain's face. So you're like vertical and he's horizontal. And then you leap into the hole and you pull the door closed behind you. And that's when everyone starts seeing the slow red beam pass through the ship. Captain
Alright, so-
Bertard calls you back about a minute later and says, All right, I've looked it over. Your ship is surprisingly empty. I hope that your passenger is paying you enough to cover the cost of the ship. But that is your business, not mine.
Well, thank you, Captain. Is there anything else?
No,
Or shall we go on our way?
unless, of course, you would like to join the Gilded Fleet.
I appreciate the invitation, but first we have to go to our next destination.
Very well, then. Well, if you are headed to the Wasif system, perhaps you can find another recruiter there.
Excellent. Thank you for the recommendation.
Okay.
So we're out.
The free merchant ship sails past you. The two of you shaking each other's wake, but you're about like a fraction of their size, so your ship is shaking pretty badly. Mallow is just like pion 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 pion. And then the incredibly hot smuggler's hold pop open at the same time as Bella and Kush are both like, and you continue to the system red. Normally,
That went much better.
That was better. Good job, guys.
look at this problem solving. I thought I'd have to kill
Being
all
a
of you
much
again.
better team than our last crew.
I mean, it helps when we roll well.
Yes, a 12. We could have done anything with a 12.
Right.
Except kill them all.
No, a 12 would have worked.
Nope, 14. We need 14s, I think.
Oh, okay.
Let's see here. So I don't think that you need to roll for a 1 jump. Actually, I don't even think you need to roll for a 2 jump. But let me just double check.
Nope.
Do you want to try to hot dog the jump and try to do the calculation super fast?
Probably not.
What does that do for me?
So let's see here.
If
It
he's
either
like, if
takes
he's like,
30
"Yeah,
minutes
well,"
to make a jump, or you can reduce it to 1 ship round, which is 10 seconds.
yeah, but we're not in a combat situation. There's no
Yeah,
rush.
if you want to take 30 minutes, you can, or you can try to take 10 seconds and do a
Yeah,
rush shot.
take 30 minutes.
Okay. Let's see here. 7 modified by the rudder. So you have a rudder of 0. The rudder is less than a month old, so you have a -2. You start at a 5. You're traveling 1 hex, which brings it up to 6. You are not rushing the activation, so you could trim the course and bring yourself up to an 8. And make the jump in. So it takes 6 days normally. You have a 2 drive, which means it takes 3. If you trim the course, you could do it in 2 days, and you don't even need to make a roll because you're a starfarer. You could save a whole day's worth of travel.
Nice.
Did you just dab?
Maybe.
100% sure that I just saw you dab out of the corner of my eye. Yeah, you automatically succeed at all spike drive
Ironically.
related checks at a difficulty of 10 or less. So yep, you can do this with no problem.
Sweet.
Okay, so the current date is 5 days, so it's the 6th. You will arrive on January 8th. Is there anything the crew wants to do during their 2-day travel? Kush, about 16 hours into the travel, you will be able to finish that robot, and then in the course of a few hours, you can bring it up to however many remaining spare parts you have in health.
Well, am I working for 24 hours straight, or do I have to take a break?
You have to work for 24 hours straight.
Okay, I have to.
Yep.
I mean, I took a break just now at the 8-hour juncture,
Yeah, that was like a minute.
Start over.
and I went immediately straight back to work after suffocating.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, if you say so. That's the way it's got to be. So I've got a few spare parts. I will.
What do they look like?
So
How
they're
many
just a
spare
box
parts were
that's
there? Were
it's
there
a
handy on
Acme
on-
spare parts.
What? Sorry.
You pull whatever you want out of the box, and it transforms into whatever part you need in order to fit.
Very handy.
Yep.
And how many did I get from Daisy?
I don't know. How many did Daisy have?
I don't know.
Jeez, I don't
Daisy,
remember.
how many did you have?
I will pull up a sheet and check because I didn't use any of them yet.
Yeah, probably the same as I have, right?
She had 6.
All right, I'm gonna use the six Daisy parts.
Ooh, it got dark.
Yep, got some secret transpirings over here.
While he's busy, we could just okay.
Sorry, it's just me regulating a cat. It's like a cabot, but shittier. Okay.
Get off my desk.
So if you would like to, you can rip Devi out of the AI slot for the ship. To be clear, the ship doesn't have an AI slot. You kind of just took some wires and plugged Devi in. You can take Devi's core out and put it back in the machine, and it will have 6 hit points.
Well, I'm gonna tell Devi. Hey, Devi. Well, I finished this chassis. What's up? I mean, we're in the middle of the space flight. I don't think I should take you out right now.
Yes, let's wait.
Yeah.
Is there any way, I want to ask Kush, is there any way that you could create a system where Devi can kind of bounce back and forth between the body and the ship?
That is super dangerous to do.
Yep.
Even just doing it once was incredibly dangerous. Now that she's done it twice, well, I should say now that they've done it twice, they're starting to think of new things that they're not allowed to think about.
Yeah, because she's already an unshackled AI, right?
Like
Slightly,
1 or
right?
2 shackles have been removed.
Yeah.
Well, it's technically called breaking.
Okay.
She's starting to become unbraked.
I jailbroke myself.
Yeah.
You're not fully jailbroken yet, you know. You might have a Chrome APK installed.
Partially.
Okay. All right. So yeah, I guess we'll wait till we
Okay.
get on planet.
Anybody have anything else that they would like to do before they arrive?
I'm gonna take a look at the ship. Give the ship a once over.
The ship is fucking garbage, and you knew that when you sold it.
Yeah.
The ship needs a laser scouring of about 1/4 inch of dust off of literally every panel. It could probably use several thousand creds worth of repairs just to replace like falling wall panels. The view screen is now completely unusable, so the only way to fly the ship is through literal sensors and through a very very tiny display on the navigator's panel.
So this 10,000 credits that I have,
Yeah.
that Leeto has, is it enough to upgrade the ship if we find a port?
It's not enough to upgrade the ship in anything. The ship is going to be pretty difficult to upgrade. It's already kind of at the cutting edge of what a shuttle can do. But if you mean maintain the ship, yeah. If you find a good port, you'll be able to... It'll take a little while. It'll take days, maybe weeks, but you can start putting the ship into something where you wouldn't be afraid to bring a child on board.
So it's a good shuttle. It just needs a whole cleaning.
It is the bones of a whale instead of a whale.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Well, I think Leeto will at least see what he can do about cleaning up the cockpit area while we're waiting around.
Okay, you get out a little broom and you start sweeping up all the vid shards from the video panel.
Sure.
Chase off some spiders. Bella, what's going on with you?
Bella's been what?
You got 2 days.
Bella's been hanging around Kush most of the time. While he was fixing the AI, she was just cleaning that section of the ship. Probably slept there.
So the engineering bay.
Mhm.
All right, yeah, the engineering bay is like a nightmare. There are spider webs. You're pretty sure that some of the stains in here were probably human blood. It looks like probably when the pirates stole the ship 40 years ago, they probably stole it by killing everyone on board and didn't bother cleaning up afterwards. There's definitely some sword marks on the walls. Seems like it was probably a really badass battle.
He just leans over to Kush and goes, "This is really disturbing."
I mean,
You've had the ship in inventory for how long?
I've been out worse. I've seen worse. I mean, this is the kind of thing that space pirates might do.
Right.
Don't worry, I got your back. I mean, right now, as far as I can tell, they can listen in on everything we're saying.
Can they?
I assume if we're this whole ship is Debbie. right, Debbie?
Correct.
And so,
Wow.
yeah, just let you know.
Interesting.
Yeah. Something about it doesn't sit right with me, but I mean, I guess Debbie, you want to be on inside this chassis? Well, that works out.
You're like, man, I'd feel so much better if the rampaging AI was in a metal box that's easily killable, rather than slamming me into a wall.
I mean, in so many words, I guess that's what he says.
Well, at least we don't have to worry about anybody driving the ship because the ship can drive itself.
Yep. Yeah, that's pretty handy.
I have to admit, if we'd actually commandeered the ship, I don't know how to fly it, so I'm kind of glad that, you know.
Yeah.
I,
never-
I enjoy flying.
Well, that's good. I enjoy not being slammed into walls.
Sorry about that.
That's okay. We probably startled you a little bit. Probably wouldn't have come if we knew you were on the ship, if it makes you feel better.
I suppose.
It's gonna whisper, I don't think it made her feel better.
Not sure if it feels.
Well, she likes flying the ship, so I assume she feels.
That's true. Good point. It's hard to know if it's real feelings. I don't know. I just don't know about all this. But look, I'll take it in hand. I'll take it in stride.
Don't insult the ship.
I'm not. It's not an insult. Look,
We're inside the
sometimes
ship. It's a bad time to insult the ship.
it's true. But I'm not insulting. Look, I mean, there's times when I'd rather feel nothing.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Long awkward pause.
Yeah.
Pause. So,
Is there any like med kits on the ship that might have las patches or anything like that?
No, you used all of your last patches on yourself and the rest of your team.
so we're
Fair.
taking. I walk up to Leeto, I guess if he's passing by, and so we're taking this couple that's in the bay, in the passenger bay, to this planet.
Correct.
And
And then once we drop them off, we might get contacted by our benefactor for another pickup.
who exactly is the benefactor?
I don't know names. They just communicate to us on the intercom.
It's sketchy.
It is
Yeah,
not
it is.
the best.
I'm not much
What
of a
was it?
note taker. I just go by the seat of my pants.
What was your plan after getting off planet?
I don't know. What's everyone's plan after getting off planet?
Bella, what do you think? I was thinking we'd take a few contract jobs.
Yeah, we need some money.
Yeah. I'm
Contract as in smuggling, or what are you guys talking about?
well. We were going to take a ship, and then whatever the ship was best suited at, I'd say that's what we do, right, Bella?
Pretty much. We were just gonna earn some money because we're very broke.
So, were you guys planning on going to a particular planet? I mean, what was your plan? Where were you heading?
Hadn't got that far yet. I didn't really think we were gonna make it past the Gilded Fleet.
Right. That was super.
I didn't tell Kush. I didn't tell you about that part, but I really thought we were gonna die. I'm glad we didn't.
I know you'd be able to talk us through about anything, Bella. I've seen you talk. The most cagey of ship buyers into a bad purchase.
No, don't remind me.
Look, that's what the job is.
Yeah. She just like pat Leeto on the shoulder and say, sorry about that.
Okay. So I don't know what to do here.
I mean, if you guys don't have anything else you want to do, we'll arrive 2 days later.
Sounds good.
Okay, you arrive 2 days later. You drop out of warp on January 8th. You transition back into real space. There are a lot of ships here. Almost all of them are from the Gilded Fleet. There's a lot of shuttles. There's a bulk freighter that is loading shuttles and free merchants onto it so it can jump at some place. There's also a lot of rocket sleds, which are kind of like cargo ships that don't have spike drives. Yes, meow, cat, meow.
Is that the Cabot?
Yep.
That's Mallow. So all of you are like loading up the ship sensors on like your tablets through the Wi-Fi, through little boxes on bridge panels, because of course your viewport is completely trashed. I guess you could look out the passenger windows if you wanted to see outside better.
Yeah, I'm pretty much the one driving the ship, so you guys can do whatever the hell you want.
So if you'd like, you can start the process of taking you out of the ship and putting you back into your box.
Yeah, once we dock and I know the ship is good to go, I'll start doing that.
Okay. So it's going to take...
How does the planet feel about AI?
So
Like
the planet was created by an insane AI, so they're actually not super opposed to AI in any particular way.
Okay.
No one is looking for your people yet, because you can't. I mean, you've arrived in 2 days. You're so quick. No one has gotten news from the other system that you're horrible wanted criminals. There's only one space station here if you want to refuel and maybe get some repairs. It is a vault for dangerous pre-tech. Its primary form of currency is freeze-dried ancient corpses. People bring corpses on and sell them and take corpses off. There's a lot of medical research being done on ancient humans that were freeze-dried here. Or you could go to the main planet, which of course is itself a giant super space station called Notch. I'm sorry. There actually is a refueling station if you want to stop there, and that's only 8 hours away, 6 if you want to push your drives.
How much fuel do we have?
So spike drives have infinite amount of local fuel, but you have no fuel left to make a jump.
Well, if we need to get out in a hurry, it's always advisable to keep fuel handy.
Yeah.
Agreed.
What's that fuel? What form does it take?
It's like a liquid configuration. So if you had a fuel scoop, you could fly to any gas giant and go into their lower or their upper atmosphere and just kind of run the ship for a while and suck fuel in. But you don't have that, unfortunately.
Okay. So is it some sort of cartridge container that we plug in?
No, I mean, you're gonna have, it's literally just like fueling up now. You're gonna have to like land on the refueling station. They're gonna have to connect some hoses and pump it in there. It'll take an hour or two.
Okay. And how many credits does fuel typically cost?
500 credits.
All right.
All right, so you stop
Oh, yeah,
at
let's do that.
Shefu 3, the refueling station in the Wasif system. So it's, it's not super big. It could probably only hold about 20 ships. It takes an hour to refuel the ship. And it's got several different cafes. It's run by a guy whose name is Crazy Bob. And there are, there's some pretty interesting things going on there. There appears to be a like authentic let's go hunt buffalo, so you can take authentic old style like musketry weaponry and go hunt these sort of giant cow-like creatures covered in fur called buffalo. You can hunt some bison. They have a tsundere cat girl maid cafe on board, which is apparently authentic Earth cuisine. I mean, supposedly they sell authentic Earth recipes like jerk chicken, Mongolian barbecue. You've never heard of these things? I mean, it's just Earth stuff. They've also got the space version of a McDonald's, which is just called Buddha Burger. You can find a Buddha Burger on pretty much anywhere in known space.
I'm definitely going to sit down for a meal. Bella, do you want to join?
We should
Anyone
try
else?
some Earth food.
Yeah, let's try some food. What sounds good to you?
Buddha burgers.
Are you joining us, Leeto?
No, I'm actually going to get some medical supplies. I want to make sure we've got some las and some stems and stuff like that. So I'm going to look around for supplies.
I will join you for the Buddha burger.
All right. So the party splits apart. You guys go grab some Buddha burgers. I mean, you can get like a double or a triple.
Can I get a quadruple?
Well, you're not going to Buddha Burger, right? You're going to get your authentic Earth recipe. So Buddha burgers aren't authentic Earth. I mean, they're like prepackaged, processed soy beef.
Oh, well, I'm going wherever they're going for
Okay, you're going to the
human interaction.
Cat Girl Tsundere Maid Cafe. Got it. All right. So the doctor, you go grab a quick Buddha burger, which are of course environmentally friendly and very good on your system. Very healthy. Plus they got sweet potato fries. It's it's not the most flavorful thing you've ever eaten, but it's fine. There is no like shop. This is a refueling station. There is like a guest shop where you can buy like a little first aid kit, but they don't have Lazarus patches here.
Okay. What's in the kit? Is it worth buying?
So when you're like looking over the kit, old man with like 30 pounds of wavy hair floats next to you. So the whole place is kept at like 0.5 gravity. He lands next to you and goes, "What you looking at in there?"
I was hoping to find some, larger med kit, something with Lazarus patches, but
what you need Lazarus patches for?
Well, what does anyone need Lazarus patches for? Sometimes we get injured in space, something happens, so.
That's very unfortunate. You see somebody get injured recently?
Well, it happens. I've had friends that have been injured. In fact, I was injured myself.
Oh, it's real unfortunate. Well, say, let me tell you, my name is Robert Marion Hemsworth. So folks around here call me Crazy Bob. I'm the owner of the space station.
Good to meet you, Crazy Bob.
He holds out his left hand for you to shake.
Left hand? All right.
Yep.
Left
he
hand.
Quickly switches to the right hand. He's like, "I gotcha."
Oh, you're crazy, Bob.
Yeah. Sometimes no one comes around for 2 or 3 days. It's just me alone on the station with nobody. Completely alone.
No one at all on the station, Crazy Bob? No, it's got to be pretty lonely.
That's fine. I just, my grandfather ran it. My father ran it. I've never been off station before. I just spent my whole life here. I try to meet interesting folks and learn more about the universe. You seem like an interesting guy. I tell you what, I think I got some Laz patches back in my office. Why don't we go back there and get some drinks and maybe we could swap some creds real quick.
Let's go for it, Crazy Bob. Why not?
Okay. Why don't you just call me Robert? Oh shit, your name is Robert. That's gonna be really weird. All right, I'm still going in with this though.
Well, my character's is Roger, so
right,
we got
but
Roger
your
and Robert.
name is Robert.
Yeah.
It's like
This
when I
isn't gonna
get
be
Cotton
confusing at
on
all.
for the Sam show, and there's
Yeah.
only people named Sam on. All right, you travel with Crazy Bob back to his office. Meanwhile, let me tell you about this Tsundere Cat Girl Maid Cafe. Every one of these young women has cat ears on. About half of them are human, and the other half are virtual intelligence escorts. You can tell because they have a tattoo on their neck indicating their barcode number. All of them are dressed in different period made outfits. Some of them have tails, some don't. But all of them are like, I thought that was your order, but fine. I'll take it back and I'll get you something that's more rare, okay? I thought you said medium rare, not rare. And she turns around and walks away. One of the cat girls approaches the three of you as you go to sit down and says, so, you've returned, Master. Where do you want to sit? How many in your party?
Are you okay? You seem a little mad.
I'm not mad. You're mad.
But
I'm
not
just happy
mad.
to see you back again.
I didn't come here before.
She just looks at you strangely for a moment. And goes,
I think they want to sit.
She hands you a little card that says, "This is the theme restaurant," and then it's like an electronic card where you can scroll through.
Oh, she
And
starts reading it.
it explains to you how the place works. That you are theoretically the master or mistress that has come home, and that they're here to pretend to serve you.
Oh.
She just kind of stands there and taps her foot, waiting for you to get with the picture.
This is a
Why are you
strange Earth custom.
Let's
I didn't
just
make
go
it up.
with it.
This is very authentic, you know.
There are 3 of us.
She flips one of her twin tails real quick. It's also in the shape of a drill, so it's like one of those. It's held in place by wires.
All right, well, we'll take a table for 3.
Fine, table for 3. Whatever. I don't even care.
Okay.
All right.
So the gravity.
I think she does care.
The gravity keeps getting lessened and lessened, and she floats you up towards the ceiling where there's tables on the ceiling. She lays down a menu and is just like, "Order whenever you're ready. I'll come by, I guess."
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you. Again.
This seems like a waste of emotional energy.
It's an Earth thing.
I
Let's
pick up the
embrace it.
menu really quick.
What
What do you think we should order?
There's some pretty obvious dishes that you've heard of before. Ramen, of course, burgers, but they appear to be made with real beef. There's several dishes that are made with bison. And then there's 2 different dishes called buffalo wings. One appears to be made out of chicken, and the other appears to be made out of genetically engineered flying buffalo.
Ooh.
Chicken the buffalo. That sounds fun.
But which one?
The genetically engineered buffalo.
That's your idea of fun.
Yeah.
Got it.
I'm gonna try this ramen. Sounds fancy.
I
So
just pick one at random.
Are
I
you
will try
actually
this
going
one.
to eat it?
No, I'm just ordering it to look like I'm ordering it.
But you're a robot, and it's super obvious. All right. Well, you have ordered cheesy breadsticks with garlic toast as a side.
Oh, that sounds good. You gonna eat all those, Debbie?
I can share.
Oh, all right. All right.
Bella, you have an option of 5 different types of noodles with 5 different levels of firmness, 2 different types of broth, and whether you want salty or extra salty.
She'll get salty.
Okay.
The medium noodles.
Yep.
One of the broths.
I mean, do you want pork, chicken, or beef?
Pork.
All right. Do you want the little super thin vermicelli noodles, or you want like a really big fat noodles, or somewhere in between that?
Somewhere in between.
Okay, you get some regular like spaghetti noodles. All right. Everything comes out about 20 minutes later. Your cat girl maid drops it on the table and goes, "I made it personally from you, not like you care or anything."
Oh, thank you. That was very nice.
Then she turns around and floats away.
It's great service.
Oh, she left.
I turn and I'd be like, I do care.
She turns her head as she's floating away and goes, "Idiot, you shouldn't care. We can't have a relationship like that." And then she floats around the corner from you.
Oh, that's sad. They can't have a relationship with their customers. That's
What is a
relationship?
relationship?
You know, when you care about someone else.
Oh, I
Like-
had one of those.
Oh, yeah?
What happened?
Yeah. He died.
Oh,
Hmm.
I'm sorry to hear that.
How'd he die?
He sold me out.
What?
I'm sorry? Did you kill him?
No, it was the cops.
So
Yeah.
someone sitting at the next table turns around and goes, I knows about being sold out and the like. I apologize for intruding upon your meal."
Would you like a breadstick?
"Absolutely, lad. Thank you very much."
You're welcome.
You mind if I join you all? You seem like a strange crew with a strange comportment about ye.
Sure, that sounds fun. You talk fun.
Thank ye. The name's Horace Fairweather. I'm a cabot smuggler.
Pleased to meet you, Horace.
Aye.
Like cabbage.
I like cabots too, but now they're legal everywhere. You can't smuggle cabots if they're perfectly legal.
You
I
could
don't
just
know what to
sell them.
smuggle now.
You could sell cabbage normally.
I could, but the profit margins on them aren't very good.
How much do you cabbage now that they're legal?
Well, cabots sell for about 300.
Well,
I get in really close to her. I just be like, I don't have any money.
I like lean back and say, neither do I.
Wonderful.
If only I could find something worth smuggling.
There's a big universe out there. I'm sure you'll find it.
Well, it's not that big, but you know, it is big enough. They called me Horace One Feather once, the most notorious smuggler of cabots across the entire sector.
Didn't your buddies talk about smuggling things? Maybe he knows what he could smuggle.
But I don't have any buddies.
Oh, I'm talking to Debbie.
Oh. Yeah,
Maybe.
Are you a smuggler? I mean, you're a robot.
I am not a smuggler.
I didn't
Would you
think
like
so.
another breadstick?
I would, thank you very much.
All I can say is that there's definitely enough room in this universe for multiple smugglers.
Are you saying that ye are a smuggler, lad? With what crew are you affiliated with? I don't see any colors.
No, we have no colors.
What kind of crew doesn't have colors? How can ye be a pirate crew without colors?
Oh,
Are we pirates?
who said we were pirates?
How will you smuggle without being a pirate?
He has a point.
are you taking on his cadence?
It'll be a cold day in space before you can pull one past Horace One Feather.
But it's always cold in space.
Aye, that's the thing that they tell you, but it's actually normally pretty warm in space. Think about it. Space is incredibly warm because the sun is always, how do you think planets get warm? It's because the sun is hitting them. Trust
I'm
me,
not
space is
sure.
very hot unless you're in the shadow of the sun.
I'm not sure if that's how it works.
100%. I've been doing this for a long time, boy. Let me tell you something. You ever spacewalk without a suit before? You don't know anything until you've done that.
Yes.
Oh. Well, yeah, because you're a robot.
I haven't spacewalked with a suit.
So he goes, aye, lass. Perhaps you'd like to taste the salty sea air, then. The ions flowing from the sun out toward the great currents.
Maybe.
Well,
I don't
put
think
on a
it
suit
suits
then
her.
and let's go for a spacewalk.
Right now?
Yeah, of course.
Can you
But
do
we're
that?
eating.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, can I finish my ramen?
of course. But you know what they say, the ancient poet philosophers. What better place than here? What better time than now? All hell cannot stop me now.
Would you like another breadstick?
Yes, I would. Thank you very much. You don't
He's
seem
gonna
to be
watch him eat it.
consuming any of these cheesy breadsticks.
I reach
I'm
over
not hungry.
and grab one or two from his plate as well.
Are you going to eat that garlic toast?
I might.
I will split it with you if the robot doesn't want it.
Debbie, you don't want it, right?
No, I'm good.
So he pulls out a mono-edged combat saber. It just like slices the plate in half. You can see that there's little burn marks on the plate where the sword has cut through it. And then he like takes a ar.
It's pretty good. I like the char taste. Is that how you cut
Thank you.
all your meat?
Yes, I like to make sure everything's well and cooked.
It's probably a safe thing to do.
Aye.
So
Garlicky
how long have you
flavor.
been smuggling in these parts?
I say, boy, I was there but a young lad when the Gilded Fleet first came about, spreading spike drives everywhere. Confederacy. A young man with nary in his pockets but a dream, joining a shuttle crew, and then we were robbed. Yes, and then I went through a number of very dangerous situations. Well, at one point I was a cabbage farmer. At one point I was a space ballet person. No one has ever had a career quite like mine. But
I did those things before,
oh well.
except I wasn't robbed.
Oh well, you
I
will be
was
at
a
some point.
diplomat.
If you keep smuggling, you will be robbed at some point. It'll happen.
I haven't smuggled anything.
Oh, I haven't been a diplomat before.
Except for
I've run
myself.
secret messages. From government to government, people to people.
Oh, like a spy?
Yeah, but more like a smuggler that smuggles messages. So, a smuggler, basically.
Every time they go back, my head just turns to her, and then back to him, and then back to her, and then back to him.
Well, let me tell you, after 20 years of finding my footing, I finally worked my way up to piloting my own ship. Now
I
I'm
tried to
there.
do that once, but the ship was alive.
The ship was alive.
You gotta
That's
be
a
careful which ships you try to steal for your very first stolen ship.
Yeah.
It was
I would
alive
say.
with the sound of music.
With the sound of music. If I ever boarded a ship with an AI playing music on it, I would get right the hell out of there and I would blow it into space. You can't trust any artificial intelligences. And do you know why? Because they aren't human. I don't agree with everything the Confederacy does, but there's a lot of wisdom in that particular teaching. You know how AIs learn? They give another AI the lesson and they teach it to the first AI. And they wait until the first AI can correctly answer the lesson. And then they say, AI number 1, you're smart now. We don't have people programming things anymore. We have things programming things. Who knows what they're teaching each other?
You don't trust AI because they're not human?
Exactly.
Cabbots aren't human, but I trust them.
But Cabbots were made by humans.
So were AI.
But Cabbots aren't very smart. They just crash into things.
I mean, some of them are smart.
No, not really. They just crash into things.
I'll just turn to her and be like, I like Cabbots.
Me too.
Don't worry about it, little robot. Everybody likes Cabbots. They were genetically designed that way. They appeal to parts of the human brain.
But I'm not human.
I don't know how to answer that. Sorry, I don't spend a lot of time talking to robots. It's a Confederacy thing.
You
It's
should try
okay.
it.
Neither do I.
Okay, well, yeah,
Would you like another breadstick?
I would, thank you. So he pulls out a
My life
flask
breadstick.
and pours something into his drink and says, "Do you all imbibe?
I don't know what that means.
Do you drink alcohol?"
Oh.
I do
No.
not.
I'll take up this beverage.
So he pours some dark ambery liquid that's got a little smoke effect in it into your glass.
I wait for him to. I hold the glass up. I wait for him to drink first.
It tosses the whole thing back. Core Hell whiskey. You won't find anything like it in the stars. Some have said, honestly, it is the worst whiskey that's ever been distilled. Incredibly cheap. They basically give it away. You can
How
use it
does
as industrial solvent.
That is perfectly within our budget.
I developed a taste for it about 15 years ago when I was passing over Once Breeder.
How long did you drink it before you developed that taste?
Well, when you don't have a lot of money, you develop a taste for Core Hell whiskey pretty quick.
Can I dip my napkin in it and start rubbing and cleaning myself?
So yeah, he'll pour pours some back onto your napkin. You start cleaning yourself. One of the cat girl maids stops by you. It's one that has a tail, and the tail goes up, and she's just like, "Stop doing that to our napkin! Who do you think you are, master? That was your grandmother's best napkin." And she stomps
I
away.
am the master. Humans are weird.
I think it's an Earthling thing, though.
Oh. Earthlings are weird.
So, how do you all feel about taking that spacewalk with this young miss?
Are you talking about going on a walk out in space without a spacesuit?
Oh no, I'll be wearing a spacesuit, and so will she. She just said she'd never been on a spacewalk before. What kind of spacer hasn't been on a spacewalk?
Wow.
We'll just walk on the outside of the station. We can go look where one of the carriers is refueling. You know.
Well, I suggest you could take some company with you.
Do you want to come?
You should come with us, lad.
I'll come.
Do you want to come, Debbie?
Sure.
All right.
I don't need a suit, though.
The captain drops a few cred sticks on the table to pay for everybody's meal.
Oh, thank you, Captain.
On your way out, you're offered a selection of commemorative photos with your maid. Some of them are things that happened at your table, like when the captain showed up, when the captain poured things out, when the cat girl was upset with Devi. But others are just like you standing with your waitress. It never actually happened, but they appear to have computer generated it for you.
How much do they cost?
Nice.
5 creds a piece.
Oh,
Yeah.
I look at Kush.
Sorry. I would definitely be down for one.
None
This
of
is
you
our
have
first-
any money on your character sheet?
You guys,
Oh
Don't you
my
have-
just got
God.
He took all mine when I went down, and I just got rebuilt. So
I love
I
it.
mean,
Dr.
I had a
Leeto is
lot.
literally just
I had,
fucking
like,
money bags
300.
over here. Everybody else is like turning their pockets out for some lint.
I've got to check.
I honestly didn't know who was going to pay for the meal. I'm very glad the captain
Same.
like leans over and whispers that to Kush and Debbie.
Let me check that starter sheet because I got to check.
you have to have some kind of starter credits, right?
I don't think I started with any.
Some of them start with 0 credits.
Yeah.
I'm gonna check.
So what?
I mean,
what
we
starter pack?
sold you the ship. You got to have something, right?
No, we sold the company the shit.
I got 100 credits. No, wait.
This is the best. So the last scene we get is the 4 of you exiting out a space door, and you slowly float, and you can see that this enormous rocket-driven, it's basically just 2 giant scoops on the front surrounding a blimp. And you can tell it's not even a spike drive. It's literally like a rocket-driven chemical drive has arrived and is slowly lowering itself onto the side of the station. And it looks fucking wild because it's moving in like 3 directions. It's rotating, it's turning, it's dropping down. You have like this planar horizon that you're looking out on, but the sun is above you and like behind you for some reason. The station is slowly turning. Everything is fucking wild out here, Bella. And I need you to make a physical effect save to not barf everywhere.
Oh, well.
Can I buy one of those pictures?
Sorry.
Still?
How much money do you have?
I have 100.
Then yes. And do you guys actually have vac suits?
I am a robot.
I guess the captain. Nope. All right. So, Bella, do you have a vac suit? Okay, then you're good. You've now puked inside your vac suit. It's all over the front end of your suit.
Okay.
Koosh, vac suit?
I have an armored undersuit.
That is no. Nope.
like
That's
a-
armor. That is not a vac suit.
Okay. So,
So the captain let you borrow one of his, just in case you want to steal it from him later.
Okay,
Debbie doesn't need a suit because Debbie is literally a robot.
No, I mean I've spent all my life out in space.
Yeah.
I mean, just throwing it out there. I'll make the roll. Right?
No, I'm not. I'm not having you make a roll. You're
It
perfectly
makes
fine.
sense to me since I hadn't been on one.
Okay.
When we come back, we're gonna find out what's happening with Crazy Bob and the Doctor.
Yeah.
I guess Kush is looking at the tablet version of a Kodak photo of him with like a cat girl maid hanging off him, blushing. Is that
Yeah.
the kind of photo that you're looking for? Okay.
Sure. Yeah, that sounds good.
Why does the Doctor look like Doctor Strange?
He does look like an older
He's
Doctor
got
Strange.
yeah. I just look over and I'm like, is that Doctor Strange?
He just has a collar. That's all.
I like
Doctor Rogr Leeto Strange. You know?
Yeah, yeah.
Doctor Strange and The Simpsons had a baby.
Thank you. He does look like a Simpson. See, I think I can go with that. I can go with that.
All right, we'll be back in 8 minutes for the second half. Stick around, y'all. Who knows what'll happen? I don't fucking know. I had to make up so much shit on the fly.
That was good.